Hi, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Welcome, and I am delighted to do this little dress hack for Love Notion's pattern's new pattern, the Ballad blouse. So I have just returned from a trip to Mexico. So when I think about the clothes that I took with me and the things that worked the best, I ultimately go to the dresses. Maxi dresses, short dresses, it doesn't matter. But in that tropical climate, it feels really good to crawl into a dress after you've been at the beach or the pool all day. A dress just feels right for dinner. So they're cool and they're comfy, and I just found them to be really a plus. So really a dress can take you anywhere on vacation. You can go to the most casual hamburger place, or you can go to a 5-star resort dinner, and if you wear a dress, you're fine. So it's a great thing to pack when you really don't know what you're going to be doing. So I was fortunate enough to make a dress during testing, and I really loved it. So I'm going to just share with you how to make the Ballad blouse into a dress if you do like that option. So what I did, if you know me and you know my way of doing things, you know that I love to be really exact and show things hands-on. So I'm going to go now to my computer screen and show you how I achieved changing the pattern. You can do that on the paper pattern. I'm just going to show you in a diagram, which I think will be much clearer than showing you just the little area on my table. So I'm going to go straight to my computer screen view, and I will be back at the end to wrap it up.
Okay, so in order to make this a dress, obviously you want to add some length to every one of the pieces. So we're going to start with the front piece, and what we're going to do is this lengthen and shorten line is right at the waist approximately. So measure yourself down from the waist to the desired length that you would like to have. Next, what you want to do is cut off the shirt tail if you want a straight hem. If you want to have a shirt tail hem, you can leave it on, but I would just take the curve off, just flatten that right across. After you've trimmed off this part here, what you're going to do is make any upper body adjustments. So I usually have to add a couple inches to get the bodice to hit me in the right place. So you want to go ahead and make those adjustments right in here and just basically cut that and spread it apart, adding the however much you need to add there for the upper body. Basically you just want this waist notch right here to hit you right at your natural waist. Okay, so you can see in this view I have gone ahead and added that amount to the top to get my waist at the right level. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the measurement that we did from here to here, from the waist down, and I'm going to subtract the difference of what's already there, which would be like here, and then this much here is how much you're going to add to the bottom. So then you're just going to add this amount here to the bottom of the area that you cut off, because there you want to kind of keep the slope here of the A-line the same. Just go ahead and flare it out gradually with the same gradation that it had going down. Okay, so then you've added this amount, and you just want to make sure that your hips are at least 4 or 5 inches of ease. So maybe even more, depending on what you like to have. But you want to have ample room so that your buttons don't pull when you sit down and that kind of thing. So I would go ahead and just measure the hip area, which is usually about 7 or 8 inches down from your waist. So right in here, measure this area. Make sure you have enough ease for your hips. And if it isn't adequate, then you would want to just flare it a little more until you have enough. And then you basically just take this pattern piece and you just repeat all of these steps onto the placket piece and the dress back. And then you have pattern pieces that will make the dress rather than the blouse. The other thing that you'll need to consider is you'll need more buttons, and you want to make sure that you maintain the spacing of the buttons like what's on the blouse so that you have them close enough together that they're not going to gape for you. And basically the construction is going to be exactly the same, just longer. It's a very easy process to make this into a dress, and hopefully if you have any questions you can go ahead, ask them in the comments, and I'll check here and make sure that we answered all of them. Now there is one thing I'd just like to point out as well with adding the length. If you are wanting to sure the waist or belt it, you would want to add a couple, maybe 3 inches or so onto the bottom, just because it's going to be taken up when you cinch it in. So if you're going to do any shirring, you would do right here at the waist, you would want to do, like, I would say at least 4 rows of shirring here. Just pulling it slightly, like you want to make sure you have enough ease there to pull it out to fit your waist. So don't do it super tight. I would say do at least 4 rows of shirring there if you're going to do that, and then it will be taken up, and you'll lose that extra 3 inches that you had down here. Also, the same thing would apply if you plan on wearing it with a belt. And these dresses look really nice with belts as well. All right, I hope that helps.
All right, so I hope that helped you. I hope that you can just dream up any dress you want. As I mentioned, you can sure the waist of it. You put about 4 or so rows of shirring in the middle, maybe even a little more if you like that look. Definitely, though, add about 3 or 4 inches to the length if you do that. Also, if you plan to belt it, go ahead and add some length. I would have loved to have belted mine, but it made it too short. So I learned the hard way. You need to add some more length if you want to belt it. So just a word to the wise there, and definitely you can do that shirring. I would go ahead and do it before you put the placket on so that it gets caught up into the placket. You can have the 3 pieces together and do the shirring before just adding the placket as the final step. All right, have a fantastic day, and I will see you over on my channel. Bye-bye. Happy sewing.